Alright, so here it is. I wanted to wait until I got a decent amount of printing time on this before I made a video. Uh, this is the second printer that I've got. My Ender here, it's my first. I had my Ender for probably a month or two before I got this one, and from what I saw, the reviews and everything with it, it was just kind of seemed like one of them things that would be foolish, for me to pass up looking for a budget printer, that was just as good, if not, arguably a little bit better than these. Maybe not better, but it comes with a few extra things, like, my Ender didn't come with, a belt tensioner on either of them. I added this one, but you see this one here comes factory with one for the X and the Y axis. The bed on it, glass bed, just the way the controls are, the way everything's laid out. I really like it. The options that you get, and just the way that they're set up. It was easy to put together. I'm still using the factory holder. I printed this filament guide off, and I also printed off these tool holders for both of them. I would say, really, other than that, there's not really any upgrades. I did do that Luke's hot end upgrade, and to be honest, I really didn't have to, but just kind of wanted to, because while I was swapping out nozzles on it, I didn't really do my research and left a gap in there. Everything filled up with filament, so I had to tear it apart, and I had some extra tube from whenever I did this one, so I put the Capricorn tubing on it. Now I think I printed like a 2mm spacer when I did the hot end fix, and if I hadn't had really been playing around with it before doing my research, I wouldn't even have had to have done that. Comparable, I don't know, I'd say stock for stock. It's hard to say which one's better, because they have the same capabilities almost. It's like the accessories coming with the X and Y belt tensioner, the glass bed, and just the way that it's laid out from the gate. It's ready to print, and it's ready to print well. It was the same to put together as this one, really, and even the software that comes with it, let me see, it's extremely user-friendly. Here's the part that I'm making now, and actually can compare it even to Creality's. I do like on this one, whenever I add supports in, and so it just kind of automatically updates, so I can see them on here. Compared to this one, obviously I added supports, touching the build plate. Now I can go into my layers and get an idea of what everything's gonna look like. But at the same time, this one's just automatic. I don't know, I like it. I toggle back and forth between, for both my printers, I use, that software it came with, and then I have Cura as well. I got Mesh Mixer and everything, but everything is just so user-friendly. I can't sit here and say which one is better than the other one, because for one, I don't think that I am experienced enough in this to give you an educated opinion, but I can tell you, as someone that is pretty new to 3D printing, when I bought this one, I didn't have to buy belt tensioners, and it had the glass bed. The extruder's been working great, and just it's been a really good printer for me. A lot of the parts I've found are kind of interchangeable with that. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell which one I've printed what off of. Well, I guess not really, because the filaments that are in there right now. These red ones came off of there, and the quality, even with a quality test, that's really hard to even say the quality test, because some of these I wanted just to print fast, and I was willing to sacrifice the quality, you know, compared to this came off the Ender, and, you know, this was a longer print because I wanted it to be really sturdy, you know, compared to something like this where on some of these I had a 6mm nozzle in it and wanted just to see how fast I could get the parts printed off. I know I did a lot of these on the Aquila, and you know, it's just, I would absolutely recommend it to anybody, but I don't know if I could recommend it over the Ender with any kind of reason. It's mostly just preference, but for anybody, especially if you're new, I think I paid 170 bucks for this printer, and for 170 bucks, it's been amazing. It has a silent mainboard, and you can just tell compared to the print noise. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm sure if you can, it's the Ender. It's silent. It is silent. The only thing that isn't silent is that loud, obnoxious fan. And I would have to say that would be the only thing, and it's an easy fix that wasn't really up to par, but, well, not the only thing. One more big thing, for me even, you know, when I first got it and I'm putting it together, they give you all the tools, they get everything that you need, plus more. You know, even the instructions to put it together are very simple. My only complaint, and it's not a big one, they don't give you any snips or cutters or anything. You know, you get all these tools, you get your Allen wrenches, you get your regular wrenches, screwdriver, the card reader, and the SD card, and everything. But these, for anybody who 3D prints, you know how much these get used. So, I don't know, I guess for voxelab, if you're watching this ever, probably not, but if you do, I'm not the only person out there that thinks that the kit should come with these. So, I don't know, it might be a good idea to add it in. Other than that, the great printers I recommend to anybody, especially to entry level. You know, before 3D printing, I did design my own parts. I've always worked in the tool and die industry, so I'm definitely familiar with the manufacturing process, from the designing the parts, making the models, you know, to programming my parts, select tooling and everything. So to me, this was just more of just a little bit of a learning curve. I didn't have to sit down and learn any new concepts, but I am new at it, and I still learn just about every day. So, you know, I guess that helps, but at the same time, you don't need to have any of that to buy one of these and start making stuff. So if you're up in the air about whether you should spend the money on one of these or not, my opinion is absolutely. 100% these things are definitely worth it. And for me, I keep both of my printers. You see I have a, just a little wall camera there that for longer prints when I'm at work during the day. I have both of these on Wi-Fi outlets, so I can pull up my camera, make sure everything's going okay, and if not, I can shut them down. Other than that, I guess that's really about all I have for you. Alright, thanks.